What is up? How is everybody doing? I'm Fernando Ramirez. That is Dan and Daygo. I apologize that I have to speak so low, but I am still here in the press box.
Working.
We can't be. Oh, speaking of working, walking by right now, but I cannot be too loud. But obviously, we're here to talk about the Chargers' 22-10 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. A lot of Jim Harbaugh ball showed on both sides of the football. We'll get into that right now, but it is I, Fernando Ramirez. That is Dan and Daygo. We will get into it as soon as we do the intro.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So where's Compas?
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Daygo is at Moe's.
I'll show you.
I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7th-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome to Compas. What's up, Bolts? I'm Fernando Ramirez. That is Dan and Daygo. We are here to talk a little bit early. I had to jump on this early just because I need to get to writing. But yeah, I had to jump on, talk a little Chargers versus Raiders. Dan, the floor is yours. What did you think about this victory today?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think let's look at the brighter signs of it. You know, I think that's the first time in a while I've seen the defensive line be pretty dominant, in the run game and everything else. I know they gave up a few runs here and there. The Raiders moved the ball. But I mean, like, it wasn't like before where they were just gashing them. I thought the defense played a lot better. They looked like they were free moving around. I'll tell you one thing, for now, it was good as hell to see Derwin James back, at the line of scrimmage in the box, blitzing, getting after it. Absolutely good. Offensively, I think this is kind of what we expected, right? The tackles were good. The inside three, they struggled a lot. And you could tell, this reminded me a lot of Rashawn Slater's rookie year. I think Maxx Crosby was in his first or second year, and he lines up against, Slater at the time because he was a rookie, thinking it was going to be easy winnings or whatever, easy pickings. And then, after first 2 reps, then he switches over to Storm Norton, and that's how he got his famous payday. Now he got put on the map and everything else. And, similar today, right? You see that where he kind of starts with Joe Alt. Joe Alt starts giving him fits. Joe Alt starts standing him up. So what do the Raiders start doing, trying to adjust? They move him on stunts inside. They start him inside. They start him outside and move inside. So really from the tackle spots, I think it was very good. Inside's going to need some work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny. He was texting the chat, and he was like, all these Charger fans are going to come after me now. And I said, don't worry. We're all coming after you, even the Viking fans for that 3-15 prediction or whatever. But, like I said, offensively, this is kind of what you expected from a Jim Harbaugh offense. Run the football. I think Herbert threw it less than 30 times, which I'm a fan of. I've said this over the past few seasons. Throwing it 50 times is not going to be successful football in the long
26.
run. There you go. Less than 30 times. There you go. And, you knew they were never going to abandon the run no matter how ugly it looked in the first half. So, that's exactly the type of Jim Harbaugh offense you're going to get. I think, maybe this year it'll struggle a little bit just because they have, not going to put this delicately, maybe not, the right pieces inside or whatever else. They were kind of given, a roster that was kind of, not very good. Cap hell, everything else. They had to figure it out. And I think, in terms of throwing the football, you could tell Keenan Allen and Mike Williams aren't out there. So it is what it is. Ladd McConkey stepped up. So other than that, we'll see. Even QJ got a few passes for now. That was nice to see, even though they were kind of really close to the line of scrimmage. But then he had that one drop at on that out route, which was a bummer. But it is what it is. I think honestly, it's I think the most important takeaway, right? The most important takeaway you have to understand as a Charger fan is that this is what Jim Harbaugh was brought in to do. Not lose a close game, not piss it away, not turn the ball over, be intelligent, be efficient. And you saw on that, I can't remember, it was right after a turnover or whatever, but you saw instead of going for it when it was kind of tighter, he kicked the field goal to be up 9 points or whatever it was at the time. And that's exactly, the type of that's exactly why Harbaugh was brought in to win these tight games, and get out of there. So, definitely
Dan,
interesting first game.
Dan, I have something. Nancy said we're going to be writing Gilberto and Fernando. Nancy, I got something for you right here. Hold on.
Go. I look at the computer. The computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
What did I do? What did I do?
When I heard you typing away, I was like, I know that's going to be good. Dude, by the way, speaking of Boltillo's comment about J.K. Dobbins, my God, the man needs to, run with a weighted vest or something. We need to work on that getaway speed, dude.
He said it right now. He said, I need to do better. I need to be faster. He's like, that's on me. So, yeah, I do need to be better. So, J.K. Recognizing it. Guys, remember, this is what's it called? Everybody, throw it in here. Oh, by the way, throw in your guys' takes, whatever you guys think. We love to talk to you guys. You guys are awesome. By the way, Dan, you got
this one real quick. Let me throw
up
this one real quick.
Shout out today.
Fucking nobody, Boltillo. Nobody.
Dan, you got a special shout out today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was talking to Derwin and we were chatting after the presser and everything. And he tells me, he's like, how's my boy doing? I was like, he's good. He's like, tell that man I love him. He's like, have you met his brother? Tells Christian Fulton. He's like, no. He's like, you'd love him. He's like, he's a great dude. He's like, I love that guy.
That's my dog. Dude. That's my dog.
It was funny. Real quick.
I just hope he super slams Patrick Mahomes pretty soon, dude.
All right. So Ryan Merkel says, go Bolts. We got a complete team. Enemy 805 says, bolt up. What's up, Robert?
What's up?
Defense looked great. O-line inside real bad.
Yeah. That was exactly what I was
Let's go, man. It was a rugged start. Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's the thing is that it did look at the beginning, it was slow. It did take a little bit. I mean, I saw some of you guys tweeting out, we need to fire Greg Roman. And I'm like, whoa. Just give it a little bit. Let's let it go. And D-line was great, Joe. By the way, Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa both were raving about Joe Alt right now in the locker room. Yeah. I think fantasy Charger fans are not happy. You know what's funny? Antoine, I think that's your name. I told people, go draft J.K. Dobbins. That's my comeback player of the year. I said it on Compas. So, yeah, Maxx Crosby is so good. I hate that team, but he is unreal. Much respect. No, he really is, Nick.
He's very good. He's very good. And you can tell as soon as they moved him inside, that's where he started giving him a lot of fits. And in a few of those also, I wish Herbert would just get rid of the football, even if it's in the ground. Like, don't try and hold too long.
Well, he only had one sack today.
I'm talking about the first half, but he was taking a few hits. I was like, in the first half, don't hold so long. Just throw it at someone's feet or something. Just get it out of there, dude.
New Charger era has begun. We will no longer play pedestrian football again.
Exactly.
Nazi, Germany. Dan has more energy now than
Why are you bringing this moron up? How did you not notice that? I noticed that right away. I know exactly who that is.
I don't know who that is. Oh, Dan, what did you think about the scrum at the end?
Oh my God. I thought that was so, what I thought was worse than that, Jesse, them like trying to start fights when they were taking a knee. Like, what the hell are we doing? The scrum at the end, you could tell they were just pissed, but I like that.
It was coming.
Yeah.
It was coming.
Yeah.
Him and Josh Palmer were kept on going at it. Like there was a lot of chippiness and,
but it felt like an old school Raider Charger game. It wasn't like the pedestrian, like, oh yeah, Raiders versus Chargers, like da. Felt like some real despise,
old school
that they really hated each other, which I'm all for because those are the games you remember, the rivalry game. So I can only imagine. What's one thing I am tired of though? Like I'm tired of them being like, oh, the Raiders are supposedly on the road, but there's so many Raider fans. Like, dude, you could put the Chiefs or whoever they think is the biggest fan base in LA. The Raiders will still sell out when like LA is a Raider town. Like it is. Oh, what happened? Am I still there?
Yeah.
Okay. LA is still a Raider town, dude. That's what I don't get. My bad. Someone was calling me and my computer got freaked out. LA is still a Raider town. Like I'm so tired of that narrative of, oh, there's so many Raider fans in here. It's supposed to be a road game, but oh, there's so many fans. It's like, dude, shut up. Like, let's move on.
Dan, do you have a message for Damian Lillard?
Damian Lillard. What did he say? I almost passed that out. Is he a Raider fan?
Yeah, he is. He grew
Oh
up in
my
Oakland.
God. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that, dude. Well, like, and honestly, I was telling Joe Morley, I was like, they played a lot better than I thought they were going to be. That's for shit sure. But, I just still think, and this is, again, just my opinion, take it for what it's worth. I find it very hard to believe you passed up on Pete Carroll, you passed up on Bill Belichick, and you passed up on Mike Vrabel to, keep AP. And I get it. Like, he did bring juice because obviously they were playing really well, but they're just in a tough position because they don't have the son of Odin, God of lightning. They don't have him on that side of the football. Like, Gardner Minshew's limited. I think AOC's even more limited. Shout out, Senor Vive Moi, my boy. How you doing? But it is what it is on that front right there, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what Raider fans thought right there.
I just want to say, on behalf of all the newcomers to the Chargers, myself and everybody else, on behalf of them, I just want you to know we're the lucky ones. We're the lucky ones. The worm has turned. The worm has turned. What?
2 game balls to give out.
2 game balls. All right. Okay.
Coach Harbaugh.
He's like, let me try and gain some.
Dan, look at that.
Yeah. He's hyped, dude. Who was the other ball?
Joe Ortiz.
Yeah.
Now, and you can't get more work done. You won't make as much progress in the entire season as you will from week 1 to week 2. I'm telling you, this is the week to attack. But you can't get to 2-0 without being 1-0. Who's got it better than us?
Oh, let's fucking go, dude. That is so sick. I feel like I'm playing a Madden game right now. All of a sudden, we're having some juice in here. It's
Dan,
funny,
did you see this?
Kansas are by. What is that? Who is that? We're gonna have to do a little. We're gonna have to do a little. I don't know who that is. My God. Hey, shout out on the effort though. No, I'm good on that one. But
go ahead.
Oh my God, I'm just fired up, dude. You know what I mean? Like, again, seeing, I know it was 2 big rushes probably that led to the 152 or whatever it was on the ground, but it's just good to see. It's good to see, hopefully, them trying to get into some smash mouth football, being physical. I don't know who put it up here. I must have missed it. But Matlock, it was so funny. One of those here it is. On defense, I see some big-ass bastard in a 44. I'm like, who the hell's that? Then they put him on offense, and he's the fullback. And I was like, all right. He didn't look too bad. He almost got a pass.
You know who I think deserved a game ball was Puna Ford, number 95. He had that play on the 4th down that he shot through. He was able to. Dan and Daygo, let us welcome in.
Get this scumbag out of here. Get this scumbag out of here.
Is cooking.
Here he is. Here he is.
Why did you call me on? Why do you want me on What's Up Boats? I'm not scheduled to appear until Monday on Compas on the Beat.
You know what's
Lunes
funny
Live. Why am I here? Why the hell am I here?
Well, I can tell you why.
Why?
I just want to say a few months ago, I said the Chargers would get off to a very good start, and somebody laughed at me.
Did you?
Somebody laughed at me.
I don't know. Was it
someone was saying the Raiders were going to beat the Chargers on Sunday, and somebody laughed.
Yeah.
At me.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm here. This is What's Up Boats, right? Okay. Have people been treating me fairly in the comments? Or they're saying, you know what? It's one game, Herbert. You got many other picks, right? Like the Bears, winning. You want to give me credit for that?
Oh my God!
I could keep going. I picked the Eagles to beat the Packers. I picked the Chiefs, but hey, we're gonna focus on this one game here. And fine, I'll stop messing around. Congrats to the Chargers fans in the chat. That was an impressive victory, and I'll take the L. Like I always say, you know what? I'm gonna dish it, but I could take it too. And
wait a minute, me embarraron contigo.
¿Qué pasó?
Yeah. Nancy
said-
was pissed at Alberto too, or at Brown, too.
Why? What the hell did I do?
No,
I guess
no,
for Fernando.
what
to
did
be
I
mad.
do?
Yeah. What did I do for Fernando to be stuck in this? But I never included you, Fernando. I'll say that. But can I get some analysis? This is kind of where I started chiming in.
yeah,
yeah, go
that's what I was going
Okay.
to ask you. What were your thoughts on the first game?
Yeah, and again, it is one game. I'm not gonna make any excuses because I am more annoyed with the Raiders. I'm gonna be very pissed off with the Raiders. Like, I don't give a crap about being one game. For the Chargers, I'll be a little reserved, but it is very impressive that in one freaking game, Jim Harbaugh had a rushing attack just like that. Yes, okay. Can I get to the Chargers first before I get to the Raiders? Voltio, come on. Yeah.
I told you.
J.K.
He's
Dobbins,
here.
hey, if you're gonna get grouped with me, Fernando, can you just say that I also chose J.K. Dobbins to have a good season? So might as well keep going with
He
that.
did. He did.
No. My brother said comeback player of the year. Stop
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Stop
I know.
it.
Well, I'm trying to freeload and get some W's here, but okay, let me give you some points so I can get some points here. But yes, it was impressive. J.K. Dobbins being healthy, looked great. I know there were some issues with the protection in the passing game, but that's what Jim Harbaugh does, right? Like, he has maybe sometimes ugly wins, but he finds a way to make it easier for the quarterback and still win the damn game. We haven't seen it in the late situations just yet. That's Antonio Pierce who messed it up. I'm gonna shut him in a bit, but
I think
running the football,
that's
taking
fault.
advantage of conservative play calling. Like, what year are we in, Antonio Pierce? I'm sorry, but J.K. Dobbins took advantage of that. J.K. Dobbins helped out Justin Herbert. Like, that stat line, what is it, Fernando? Like 180 yards, and they still won the game. That's what you're gonna see with Justin Herbert.
Yep.
That's how he wins a damn playoff game. The defense was great with Jesse Minter. Yeah, they're playing a terrible Raiders offense, but for one game at SoFi Stadium to win like this for Jim Harbaugh, it really makes you forget about the past 3 years with what happened with Brandon Staley and the poor defense, the poor running game, the poor protection. For one game, it was awesome. Yes, I messed up. I got it wrong. So whatever. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my biggest thing is like what I was saying is that this is a Harbaugh type of football. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna abandon the run, he's not gonna panic, and this is what you brought him in for, to win close games, not piss it away. Because really, I we have one of our buddies in the chat who, in one of our group chats, who just would not stop talking because he loves the quarterback from the couch and everything else. Coach from the couch is amazing. But, I was telling him, I was like, the thing you have to understand, the most important numbers that happened today was Justin Herbert didn't throw 50 times.
Yep.
Offense had 0 turnovers. Defense had 2 takeaways.
What?
And the other thing is they took advantage of the opportunities they had, kicking the field goal to go up 9 points, trying to stay ahead of it, trying to stay ahead of the chains and everything else. I think this is the type of Harbaugh offense you're going to see. Now, maybe next year it'll be more efficient, a little bit better, change of personnel inside and everything else. I think it's safe to agree the interior line kind of struggled. But I mean, this is what you expect. This is winning football right here. Continuing to pound the rock, tire out the defense. The only thing I think, the big thing they need to improve on offensively is sustaining drives. There was too many times they got 3 and outs or whatever else. And the other thing is, and then I'll turn it back to you guys, the experts. This is just a game, like in the sense of passing. This is, I don't know what people expect. You don't have Mike, you don't have Keenan. That's exactly kind of the type of things you're going to see, where it's just trying to get people in the soft spots in the zone or matchups you like in man or whatever you want, trying to see who gets open and toss them the rock, because that's all that's going to happen right now. You don't have like a big stud number one right now, but that's hopefully what the run game is going to open up.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Go ahead. Sorry, Fernando.
No, just real quick. Senor Vive Moi. Josh Palmer boxing that fake ass gangster Jack Jones. Canadians throw hands except for Drake.
Hey. That's a good comment. Comment of the year already.
No, what I was really impressed with is, so I asked some of our Raider buddies, hey, can you ask Maxx Crosby about Joe Alt? He didn't want to answer the question. is what I was, that he just shook it off and was like, no, like I
really?
So yeah, so
he's soft. His feelings are hurt. I don't know what to tell you.
Joe Alt had allowed 0 pressures today by the rookie offensive lineman. And I asked Joey about it. I was like, Joey, what? And I have something coming out about that tomorrow, but I asked Joey about it, and he's like, he's really impressive. He's like, he's one of those guys that really he's worked his ass off, and look at what he's doing, man. When I tell you guys, Derwin James had a huge smile on his face in the locker room. And I was like, I've never seen you this happy. He's like, bro, he's like, it's only one game, but I think we're turning a corner. So,
Hey, you missed the post game video, dude. The post game video was electric. Better
you need
than
to watch
anything.
that.
Better than anything The Rock has done in the past decade.
Oh,
dude.
yeah?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, then I gotta watch it. But sometimes it sounds easy, this game of football, but like just to see that Harbaugh already has results with going. What's the comment? Let's go. I didn't see it. Sorry. Let's go,
baby. Who's got it better than us? Not Hilberto.
Just for today. Overall, I had a kind of good day with some picks here, but whatever.
No, we
not
still
today.
love you. No worries.
I'm here. I'm
your
here
Chiefs
to eat.
won. You're excited. I get it.
Anthony Richardson screwed me.
Oh, that was your pick, the upset?
I had picked the Colts to upset.
I picked the Texans, by the way. It was a good game. That's a very good game. We'll talk about it on Lunes Live promo right there. But sometimes it sounds like it's an easy game. Like if you know how to protect, you know how to run the damn football, you know how to create pressure. They did all that today. Like it makes the game easier, even when you have a young skill group. So yes, I was hesitant. I was okay. I got to see the running game. I got to see the pass rush, the defense, whatever. And they showed out today, and that's why I was wrong. But there was a lot of question marks. I'm sure you can vouch for me to say there were some concerns.
100%.
Okay. I'm sure you can vouch for me. Please don't make me look like such a scumbag.
But it was impressive. They found a way. Like you're right, Dan. Like it's not gonna be pretty in the passing game. Like it was nice to see Ladd McConkey get a touchdown at the end. Yeah, a couple of drops here from Johnston, but he made some plays too. Palmer, a couple of drops here and there, but they made plays. I forgot the tight end who got that big reception down the right.
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst, big play right there. So they're making it like when you have Herbert, who's that talented, he's gonna make. That's why you paid him the big money. He's gonna make it work with guys who are not all pros. Like even like today, like Josh Allen doesn't have an all pro anymore, but he's damn good. Okay, so it's just the way football works. Yeah, it's Dodger hat and it's a Bad Bunny shirt. Okay, Brett, come on, man. And black's a common color, just like it's common to run the damn football. You guys forgot about that, so you enjoyed it today. Okay, but I am not. You guys keep forgetting. I just like to keep it real. I got it wrong, and that's why I jumped on. Fernando told me, "Hey, you got to come eat crap." So I ate crap here. Here I am. So
no, you don't need.
No, I said it. I said it in a nicer way.
Yeah, he did it very nice. But I enjoy this. It's entertaining, and it's gonna be another week where I'm gonna pick the Chargers. You're gonna tell me stop picking the Chargers because you're a curse. So it's gonna be a whole back and forth. Okay, so we'll figure it out. Balance.
Who do they play? Who do they play next week?
The Panthers.
Oh come on. I had to pick him. Come on. You can't. They look terrible today. They were the worst team in the NFL today.
Can you believe that? My God. In year 2, I just feel bad for Canales out there. He must be
Omar said neighbors and Harrison combined for 70 yards. I'll take all zero pressure.
There you go. I was going to say that. Do you want to go see what Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors did today when you complain about Joe Alt? I never complained, by the way, so I'll pat myself on the back.
No, he did not.
Good pick.
No, Gilbert was one of the first ones saying, "Hey, like this is different. This is what you want." You know what? I'll give Jim Harbaugh a lot of credit for one fact. They did not let up on the run. They kept on doing it. They kept on doing it. And what did Hayden Hurst say when he first got here? We want teams to get exhausted. We want teams to be like, "Oh crap, we still have to play another quarter against them." And that's exactly what happened. I think our good friend Adam Hill wants to jump on and say hi.
Oh no way! Is he
there?
He's right here.
There?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Let me
he's usually like
annoyed.
He's like annoyed or pissed off during this time.
Let's go!
Hey, what's up, Adam?
What's up? The mayor of Las Vegas.
Let me guess. You're annoyed about something that happened in the locker room with questions and things like that every time. I'm assuming.
No, I was actually just walking over to tell Fernando to shut up so I could work.
Okay, even better.
Good game, huh?
Yeah.
Good decision making. Good decision making.
Yeah, I was gonna say I chose wrong. That defense. Hey, real quick, Adam. That terrible decision to punt on 4th and 1. What the hell are we doing? What year are we, Antonio Pierce? Like, I'm sure you're gonna destroy them for that.
Least surprising thing I've seen in years. So this is what I talked about all off season. Every time I talked about it, people said, should AP get the job or whatever? And I said, look, you did a really good job motivating the team. You did a really good job firing everybody up, changing the culture, everything else. His in-game management was horrific at the end of last year. It was terrible. And so he had to clean that up. So he went out and he brought in a bunch of head coaches with previous experience. And they hired a game management coach. Where are they?
Did it work?
It was probably Marvin Lewis, the genius.
Are all the coaches over 60 years old? Is that why were they all like good coaches in the 80s? Is that what it is?
So that's the other thing. I mean, you have a game management coach, and okay, good. That's a good step in the right direction. I don't know where he was on that call, but yes, it's Marvin Lewis. It's like Tom Coughlin is around sometimes.
Hey, you put some respect on my boy's name. You put some respect on
Joe
Tom
Philbin?
Coughlin's name, my guy.
Yeah, good resumes in the 90s, but let's move on.
Yeah.
We're
Are
in
you
2024.
kidding me? I'm not even gonna listen
Yeah.
to this now.
Solid.
Hey, I want to ask you one
Solid.
thing, right? Hey, right now after what you've seen today, I won't say who, but somebody picked the Raiders to make the playoffs. What are you thinking?
I know Gilbert did. That's ridiculous.
The 7th seed. They have a good defense, but yes, when I saw Pierce make that bonehead decision, that's when I realized I messed up here. Oh, I effed up. Okay.
On the positive side, the Panthers look terrible. They got them in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They could beat them. Cleveland looked terrible. They got them in 3 weeks.
Okay, see, there you go.
All right.
You know,
A few
sneaking
W's?
in.
A few W's?
Maybe 9
Now,
wins.
I do know somebody else. I think Gilbert's colleague had 5-1 to start the year.
5-1.
So that's gonna be tough. It's gonna be
One
real
of his
tough.
mentors.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
of those
it's gonna
SI
be
people,
tough.
I guess they're high on the Raiders. Even though it was the one person that chose the Raiders to make the playoffs, part of the MMQB section there at SI. That's a whole different thing, by the way. People don't know it. MMQB is different. That's it.
But I think they could be 2-2 after 4 games. So we'll see. I don't think they're going to start 5-1, but they could be 2-2. They got some easy games. They're not beating Baltimore next week. I'll go on a limb and say that.
Yeah, so they'll be 0-2, and the Chargers go 2-0 because they're playing the Panthers. So there you go. What do I know?
Shout out. I like that. That's probably the best start in
Right.
decade for us, dude.
There you go. So I guess, good win for the Chargers. Tough loss. That was a tough loss for the Raiders. And I think the most telling thing from the locker room was that Devontae wasn't even mad. And I was like, that's not a good sign if he's not just furious, because clearly he should be.
Okay.
So I think he's just like, all right, I guess this is what it is.
We're going to break some news or not yet? We're going to break some news?
He's traded before Halloween?
He's happy. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Happy guy. See you guys.
Good seeing you, my guy. Take it easy.
All right, fellas. I need to get going to watch this game here, but am I done here just eating crap, or can I do that on Monday too?
Eating guacamole.
Oh man, is that really my punishment? I'll find something. We have some avocados there. Just look disgusting.
I'll take you off. I'll leave you off the hook. You're good.
Okay. All right, fella. It was good seeing you. We'll talk Dan
easy.
Tuesday. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Monday. Lunes Live, 4 Compas on Tuesday. Chargers fans, enjoy that W. And yes, I suck and I'm terrible, but enjoy the victory.
At least you recognize it. Have a great day.
Combat Compas.
Combat Compas too. Yeah. Canelo week this week. We're going to be there in Las Vegas. So I'm going to be having fun there with the terrible Raiders nearby. There you go. Bye.
By the way,
Nevada.
Oscar De La Hoya. Did you hear what he did over the weekend? Is he there? Am I the one that's messed up?
Oh, Gilberto Manzano. Gilberto Manzano. Gilberto Manzano. This will always freeze us. It's that damn Long Beach.
Some of the people. Oh yeah, see you later. Some of the people asked for it, and Dan, I got to bring it back. So here you guys go for the people that were asking for it.
Oh yeah, let's watch. You can fast forward the Dean Spanos part, but yeah.
All the newcomers to the Chargers, myself, and everybody else. On behalf of them,
To give out 2 game balls, all right?
Okay.
Coach Harbaugh.
Let's go, baby. Look how hyped he is. My God. God, it finally freaking happened, dude. I feel the damn goosebumps, damn it. I'm hyped.
You want to feel more goosebumps?
What? What else you got? Is this pregame or post? There you go, dude. Oh, this is pregame. Dude, he's probably thinking to himself, this is the first time I have a guy who can sling it anywhere on the freaking field, dude. Well, this guy's a limit. They're feeling.
A lot of the players in the locker room were saying this is finally a coach that can help us do things that we never thought we could do. Is what I've gotten. I sound fine, right?
Yeah, you sound a little bit garbled, but I mean, it's fine. I can at least understand. Do you have it on the wrong side or what? Herbert probably seems uncomfortable because, yeah, you sound better. Herbert probably seems uncomfortable because he has the camera in his face. But honestly, I just think this is going to be winning their sales. Like, they have a guy they can rally behind who's going to motivate them. Then just wait. Everybody just wait till they get Jack Harbaugh in there talking about Cassius Clay and Muhammad Ali. That's where it's going to really get up there, and it's going to be unstoppable.
Dan, I have to mention somebody that I don't think a lot of people are talking about. And I mentioned Puna Ford. I mentioned J.K. Dobbins. Joey Bosa had a very good – Khalil Mack did as well. But Joey Bosa,
you see what happens when you have some depth? 100%. You see what happens when you have some depth for him where he doesn't have to go 95% of the snaps. Like, he looked good. Even my God.
You have to know who that is.
I assume it's him, but did he change names that quickly and make an edit? Who knows, dude? My God, but even Bud Dupree made some good plays out there, smacking down the ball a few times and everything else. Like, that's what happens when you have depth at key positions. Like, they looked physical. They looked, 4 sacks, 3 turnovers, and 10 points. Yeah, exactly. Like, and I had said 2 earlier, but that's right. I forgot about the 4th down stop. And the thing about those things is that it builds momentum so much in a game, dude. And that's the type of stuff you need to close out games.
Yeah.
He was out there about an hour before the game today, doing the same workout routine that he does before every practice, which is about an hour, 50 minutes to an hour before every practice, going through the same routine. I mean, guy's in incredible shape. He's a beast, and it was great to see him have that kind of game. But that wasn't anything that yours truly instilled. I mean, these guys have been doing it, and I feel real lucky.
So obviously that was him. Real quick, let's just go and hear what Justin had to say after the game.
So just to go out there and have a win, and whether it was a team victory like that, I thought that was awesome. Special teams, offense, defense, and those guys are excited in the locker room. It means a lot to everyone, whether it's a staff member, whether it's the front office, or whether it's the players. You can tell how much this means to everyone, and that's exactly where we want to be.
Can you tell he's sponsored by Nike?
I mean, it's real quick. Just and again, let's just go with Joey real quick. Eric Williams, our compa, got this.
Does this establish an identity, though? I mean, you're right. It's 1 week. It is the first game. Everyone looks at the first game. Does this establish an identity?
Yeah, I think so. I think first game, kind of only film anybody has of us this year. New coach, new staff, all these things. We wanted to come out and make a statement, but I know I've won plenty of first games, and the season still hasn't turned out the way you hoped it. So I think 2-0 is a lot sweeter than 1-0.
Does this establish an identity?
So for the people asking, Joey did say that his back tightened up towards the end of the game, but he said he should be good to go this week. I mean, obviously, we'll see what happens. The Chargers have been very cautious when it comes to how all that goes with injuries and everything. So we'll see what happens with that. Jazier Taylor was also a little bit hobbly. I know he got rolled up on one of those plays and he came out limping. But Dan, I mean, honestly, this was I honestly thought about with this game, if you go back and look at the Raiders, so you go first punt, first drive punt, second drive downs. They scored a touchdown, but that was their only touchdown of the game, and it was at the beginning. Yeah. Then they go punt, fumble, end of half, punt, fumble, miss field goal, punt, interception. So it was just one of those where the Chargers, and this is what I was kind of talking about too. You know what? This is true. Better tackling. I really 100%. Thought that they were getting all hats to the balls. The only missed tackle was the one on Deion Henley and Asante Samuel trying to gang up on Alexander Madison. But other than that, they really tackled well. Derwin told me after the game, he's like, I really wanted to to have them not get in the end zone once. We allowed one, but hey, we really settled down. I mean, Dan, there was a lot of those moments where you saw the way that defense kind of took the game over. They were getting after Minshew. Minshew was trying to get the ball out quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Devontae had 5 catches for 59. I mean, in all reality, that's a pretty good day for your defense if he's not going off.
Yeah.
Remember what he said when he was getting interviewed? I'm going to go off on those guys. Like,
oh yeah, I
with,
forgot about that. Yeah,
thing.
he was pissed about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they, it was just one of those things. And then you go, we're right now. Let's talk real quick about the defense. Gardner Minshew was 22 of 33, 257, but he did get sacked 4 times. And then obviously we talk about the way they really settled down. I mean, Brock Bowers, 6 catches, 58, but really there wasn't really much that did damage. I mean, once they got past the 50, I felt like the Chargers defense really settled down at times, and they were making good plays. They were stopping, like before, you remember, Dan, before when it was 3rd and short, 2nd and short, you would think, oh, okay, it's going to be an automatic first down. They weren't good on 3rd down. The Chargers on short yardage were getting plays
are you
done.
kidding me? That 4th down
really
run play.
Physical.
That 4th down run play where they
Yeah.
bottled them up at the point of attack and stopped them. Like, when's the last time you've seen something like that? I think, to me, that's the biggest W, the biggest takeaway, that at least even if offensively they're not doing that consistently enough, at least defensively, that's the first time I've seen them really be physical and get after it. You know, there was a few times also where they only rushed 4 or something like that, and they would still get pressure back there and force Minshew out of his spot that he wants to throw from or whatever, step up. And it just completely changes the game when you have a dominant defensive line like that. And I think that is the biggest upgrade. That is the biggest like improvement. And hopefully they can keep it up. More importantly than anything, hopefully they keep it up next week against the Panthers, because again, I think if they can control the line of scrimmage defensively, you know, that's going to help them win more games because obviously, like, you want to be able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides. But if your defense is lights out like that and physical, you know, it's going to help you out in the long run. You could tell that Raiders defense probably got tired at one point, and that's what opened up. Didn't abandon the run and everything else. So it's going to be interesting, dude, to see what they do this year. Honestly, I know the expectations are high and everything else, but you know, really the sky's the limit when you have Jim Harbaugh as your head coach.
Yeah, no, and their team is really flying high right now. They're very excited about everything that happened. So you can tell they're really excited about it. And Dan, just real quick before we head out of here, because I got to get right and then drive home. Zion and Pipkins. Oh, my bad. Nancy had said it. Zion and Pipkins were getting beat with stunts in the middle. Just what did you think about that? I mean, because you said Maxx Crosby at one point, he knew he wasn't getting in, so he was going in through different areas.
Some of those, I don't know what type of protection they called, because sometimes, you know, when you get those type of stunts in a man-to-man or a big-on-big type of protection, all it is you have to communicate tackle and guard and everything else, and that's how you pick those things up. I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was more of a slide blocking scheme where it's just gap integrity and everything else. But, you know, sometimes they would just either recognize it too late or they'd never see it. Or, you know, when they would see it, he was just so physical and everything else getting through there. And, you know, Pipkins has a little bit more leeway just because, I mean, it's a new position, a new year for him and everything else. But Zion, man, he struggled last year at the guard position. So it's definitely going to be, you know, kind of a make or break. Is he in year 4 for now or no?
Who?
Zion?
No, he's in year 3.
Because this could be make or break for him pretty soon, especially with this coaching staff. I don't think they're going to hold on to people just because they were first-round draft picks at some point or another.
Four drafted players, Dan, did not play in today's game.
And that's the thing I think you're going to see with this coaching staff.
They didn't suit up.
It truly is a meritocracy where it doesn't matter if you were drafted, undrafted, whatever it is. The best to take one of your favorite quotes from ball coach McCoy, the best 53 men will suit up, you know, and I think that's
49, 46.
49? Oh, you're right. You're right. 40. Yeah, you're right. It's a 53-man roster.
7 or
yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Which I think that's
Dan,
a stupid rule.
Let me read this out to you. Third down efficiency. The Chargers defense 5 of 14 for 35%. They did not allow a fourth down conversion. They sacked them 4 times. Their red zone efficiency for the Raiders 0 of 1 in the red zone. So the Chargers really did settle down. They got 2 fumbles. One was just a blatant mistake by Gardner Minshew. The other one was
but they capitalized.
a good play by Joey Bosa smacking the ball out of his.
But they capitalized. How many times doesn't the ball bounce around and it bounces to the opposing player? Like whether Lady Luck's on our side all of a sudden or not, but they took advantage of a lot of those plays. He's an idiot. I'm not even going to answer that. We all know who it is. It's the son of Odin.
What did you think about the red zone offense? A little worrisome?
I think the offense in general was a little bit worrisome, especially in the first half. Like the thing I didn't understand, which I give the
somebody said it. This was kind of like a preseason for the starters. Like it's day 1 or game 1. Like
because I don't think
some of these guys really didn't play.
Yeah,
Justin didn't play. These receivers really some of them did play, but
they didn't play with Justin though. They didn't play with Justin. Like my biggest thing offensively is like I didn't understand why sometimes they weren't really getting a lot of push up front, whether it's the inside 3 or whatever it is, and they would kind of go heavy with the fullback, extra tight ends, and everything else. I'm like, why wouldn't you spread them out a little bit more? Kind of spread out a little bit, get a lighter box. Try and run it between there, get some mismatches. I think what the Raiders were doing early was exactly what the Chargers needed to do. The Raiders, they would go with 3 tight ends, just get them into open space, scheme it well, get some guys open. They would spread the ball out also, spread the defense out, and then they would run the football inside. Like, that type of stuff is what they should have been doing. I think what you saw today is what the final product is going to be, because I think in their minds they're like, hey, we need to pound the rock even with more bodies or whatever inside. That way you get that 3 to 4 yards average and everything else. And that way you tire out the defense. But, that was the only thing that was kind of curious to me early on was like they weren't running the football well. And yet they still I'm not saying abandon it, but like you have to be a little bit more creative and especially passing the football. Passing the football, they did not look very good. And the other thing that they needed to do was like try and that's big facts right there. That's big facts. He's going to talk about that on his podcast. Watch, but like the biggest thing that they needed to do was kind of try and get guys into positions where they're going to be successful. I honest to God, this isn't even a joke. I think that's the first time I've ever seen Quentin Johnston run like a little route like that. A little a little shallow cross or whatever. And get a ball. I don't think he did that at all in the other ones. They would just send him deep or send him all over the place where maybe he wasn't comfortable. So at least that was a nice little check down for Herbert. Get this guy a little bit of confidence. Get him a few yards in receiving and everything else. But it's just things to clean up from game 1 now, honestly. Yeah, I bet he's pissed.
Country singer and good friend of Dan and Daygo, Luke Holmes says, New Year, same old Panthers, absolutely gruesome to watch.
I hope he buys the team. That would be awesome, right? But I think they're just going to improve week by week. I think that's what's going to be the biggest thing. They're only going to get better, I think, from here. Especially, like I said, they don't have that's a good point also. Yeah, get some play action. But I think the biggest thing they have to be is effective in the run game for that play action to really work. But what was I going to say? Yeah, but they're only going to get better from here, I think. This was really like, week 1. Then they play the Panthers next week. Don't overlook them because, anything can happen in the NFL. But, that's true also, Brett. Glad to see the team came away healthy for a change or whatever. That's true. That's what it's all about. You got through it healthy, and again, I think the biggest upgrade is the time management of it just in general. Like, that's why you brought Jim Harbaugh in to win these.
That fourth quarter was nasty.
Yeah.
That fourth quarter was nasty.
Yeah.
I was saying hi to somebody.
No, I know, but you said the fourth quarter was nasty. I thought you were gonna expand on that, but
no. Like the Chargers, like their offense hadn't been playing well. You put up 13 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's what in the past. That is what Brandon Staley had preached. That's what other coaches had preached.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with Jim Harbaugh, it took effect. The defense settled. You only allowed 3 points in the fourth quarter. You scored 13. J.K. Dobbins had those 2 big runs, but he had that big run in the fourth quarter that really set them up. Ladd McConkey, I tweeted out that he was a bullfighter because you saw the corner was coming at him, and he's like, "Ole,"
Yeah,
and then he did it again, "Ole," and then he
yeah.
walked into the end zone.
You know what's
he
funny?
was
You
really
can already
good.
tell he's like the favorite target. I
Yeah.
felt like he went to him most of the time.
There was 1 or 2 throws where I'm like, Justin, geez, Ladd took a big lick in one of those.
Oh yeah.
But
I think the announcer even said, "Welcome to the NFL" or whatever.
But they just have to settle down, and I think this offense will get it right. It's just about getting it going, and I'm sure they'll be fine. It's just about
It's about getting confidence, getting more reps.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Exactly. So I think now I wouldn't put what happened today with the Panthers and the Saints. I wouldn't take too much into it because next week the Panthers are going to be at home. It's going to be a lot different. So
yeah,
I would kind of relax on that. It's going to be
overlook them.
Different. Yeah.
Well, especially too because the NFL's week to week anyway. Anything can happen.
Roberto's coworker and friend. His colleague and friend is right here.
And mentor.
And mentor. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
And
but
guys, by the way, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this is why, this is the biggest benefit of Harbaugh being in year one with what happened last year and everything else. They have a last place schedule. This is the perfect time to set up whatever you want, try what you want,
and get it out of your system.
Exactly, because then you're going to know what works and what doesn't work. Especially because it's not like I remember at their schedule, I think the hardest teams they play is Kansas City twice, the Ravens, and the
Bengals.
Well, they didn't look
Bengals
good.
Lost today.
Yeah, sure, Bengals, but they didn't look good.
The Titans look fine until.
Yeah, don't worry. The Mayo drinker out there is going to throw some picks. No one jumped off. No one jumped off of the table. I'm not worried about the Steelers. The Steelers aren't going to be that good. So I'm not worried about any of that. Oh, he's waving at him. He's waving at him. That's hilarious. But you know what I mean? This is a perfect year one. This is a perfect year one because you have a last place schedule. You can, kind of see what works, what doesn't work, and you can keep going. So,
yeah. By the way, I know you guys are obviously you guys have some negative things to say about him, but I felt the tap on the shoulder. I turned around and it was Tom Telesco saying hi and everything. So for what it's worth, he said hi to me. We interacted for a bit. He was really nice. So
I'm glad. I'm glad he's nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You would think 11 years, no AFC West titles, no AFC championships. What is it? 2 playoff wins. I'm glad he's at least nice. That's good.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, what else can you ask for? But Dan, just can somebody throw it up in the comments? So while we are exiting, throw one. Who's got it? You guys know the rest. So somebody throw it up there, and I'll throw it up for Dan to end the show. But Chargers end up winning 22-10 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Some final stats for you guys. Justin Herbert was 17-26. I thought that was pretty efficient, given some of the drops and some of the things that happened. 144, 1 touchdown to Ladd McConkey. Ladd was the biggest receiver, 5 receptions, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. Quentin Johnson, 3 for 38. Hayden Hurst had that big 27-yard catch. J.K. Dobbins, 10 runs, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. So pretty efficient by the Chargers. The defense, 4 sacks. They caused 4 turnovers if you count the turnover on downs, but definitely a very good start to the Chargers, who had said it before. 97 degrees on the field, Dan, by the way. Today. So the Chargers battled through it. Again, standouts: Joey Bosa,
100%.
J.K. Dobbins, Poona Ford. Denzel Perryman, I thought, had a good wow. Jake Ferguson, Cowboys tight end, Oh, did not believe to tear his ACL. Oh, there you go. But definitely a good
Deion Henley
win.
looked good tackling also.
Paul Gutierrez, our Compas right here as well. He sends, yeah, you should see his
Shout
shirt.
out.
His shirt is pretty nice. He said it's Italiani. It's a good shirt.
Shout out,
but,
dude. Shout out.
Yeah. No, Paul's a great guy. We love him. Not as good as Gilbert's mentor, but but we love all the Raiders beat report. Well, the three Raiders beat reporters that we love. Great guys. But all right, Dan, let's end it here because my battery's about to die and I still got to write. So
All right, sounds good.
this guy says, who's got it better than us? Who's got it better than us? Who's got it better than us? All right,
Be a
Dan,
compa,
drop it.
tell a compa, fucking nobody.